They came to beat the drum for the ancestors. The night was full of firelight and ash. In the village of Ilaro, where secrets hid like scorpions beneath stones, the people gathered to celebrate the festival of the returning. It was said that on this night, the spirits of the dead walked among the living. That if your heart was clean, they would bring you wisdom. But if your hands were unclean, they would whisper your name into the ground. The Apena, keeper of the ancestral drum, stood tall and silent. He was old now, bones like dried Iroko bark, but his eyes still pierced through. In his hand was a sacred drum carved generations ago. Its eyes stretched from the offering of a wild beast that once threatened the village. The drum had never lied, and tonight it would speak again. Into this night stepped Adepoju, a respected herbalist, wealthy and generous. He brought offerings of yam, oil, kola, and rum. His wives carried baskets. His children bowed. The people praised him. But the drum was already vibrating in the Apena's hand. It did not welcome him. Long ago, before Adepoju was praised and feared, he had been just a boy, lost in the grief of his father's mysterious death. No one spoke of it. His mother, Iyalo Omotola, whispered that it was the spirits, that the wind took in, that some men are born with an expiration already carved into their head. But that was a lie. The truth was buried beneath the old palm tree that once stood outside the house of Baba Ologu Dudu, the diviner who had warned Omotola years ago. This boy must not be raised in silence. Okanran Irete has fallen upon him. If you hide the truth of his blood, the shadow will grow bold, and the child will dance with it, thinking it is his friend. But Omotola was proud and afraid. She did not want her son to know that his father had been killed, not by enemies, but by a king. The boy grew with sweetness in his mouth, but rot beneath his feet. He asked questions, they gave him praise. He felt spirits calling, they said it was just dreams. He became a skilled herbalist, but with each medicine he mastered, a part of him darkened. Because the herbs answered not just his knowledge, but the spirits of vengeance that clung to his lineage. The night of the festival, the drum began to speak. The Apena's hands danced upon it. The rhythm changed. People stopped. Breath caught in throats. It was not the usual beat of blessings. This rhythm was a summoning. A child began to cry. A dog howled. The flame in the central fire flickered and turned blue. Ikon, 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 the drum beat said. Truth buried beneath the talking leaves. Okanran has come. Irete has risen. The elders stared. The Babalawo in attendance cast Ifa on the spot. Okanran Irete. Gasps echoed. Even Adepoju stiffened. He knew that Odù. It had haunted his dreams. He had seen its mark in spilled palm oil. He had once seen it drawn in the dust behind his home, and they raised it quickly. The Apena turned to him. Baba Adepoju, he said, the spirits have returned, but not to dance. They seek the one who did not honor the death of blood. They seek the one whose hands grind hearts not to heal, but to silence. From the outer ring of the gathering, an old woman stepped forward. Her eyes clouded, but her voice strong. I am Mama Abeni, daughter of the one your father betrayed. I was there when the drums was last carved. I was there when your mother wept not from loss, but from shame. I buried the blade with my own hands. What are you saying? Adepoju cried. My father was taken by spirits. No, she said. He was taken by your mother's brother, who sought his land and title. The Babalawo warned her. The Odù fell then as it falls now. Okanran Irete. But she silenced it, not as you have silenced your dreams. Mama Apena pulled a small satchel from her wrapper. Inside, a bone, wrapped in red cloth, tied with a black thread. This is your father's jaw, she whispered, the only part they could not burn. In that moment, the Odù Okanran Irete unfolded before them, not an abstract knowledge, but as living truth. Okanran, the energy of chaos, misdirection, and hidden betrayal. Irete, the trail of justice, of ancestral voices that do not stay quiet when truth is buried. Together, they revealed this. The child will always return to the wound the parent refused to name. Adepoju was not the villain, nor was he innocent. He was the vessel of a lie, shaped by silence, possessed by protection. The Babalawo stepped forward. There is only one path now, he said. You must make peace with your father's spirit. The land must be cleansed. The truth must be spoken, not just here, but carried into every compound where secrets sleep beneath the bed. And so it was. They returned to the old palm tree. The earth was dug. Bones were found. So was the knife. So was the gourd sealed with wax, containing the names of those involved. Adepoju performed the ritual of Igbale, the ancestral appeasement. He fasted for 7 days. He gave everything he owned to the orphan children of the village. He built a new shrine, not for power, but for truth. And from that shrine, he began to teach young ones the sacred tales. He taught them not just herbs, but why to use them. He taught that the truth is not dangerous, only the fear of it is. And every year, on the same night, the drum was beaten again. But this time, it did not summon shadows, it welcomed them home. Okanran Irete reminds us that nothing buried in silence stays buried. It teaches that ancestral truths must be spoken, even if they shake the bones of the house. When the Odù appears, it is a call to reckon, not only with others, but with ourselves. If this story moved your spirit, let it guide your steps. Ashe.